This isn't something you play. This isn't basketball. This isn't tennis. This is a rough sport where you could die inside that ring. So I feel like I just, I inspire so many people that no matter what you go through, whether it's cancer, whether it's being paralyzed, no matter what it is, you are in control of your destiny.
What's your message for people battling cancer right now? What message do you hope to send?
And if you have faith in yourself and faith in God, no matter what your situation is, you can get through it. I know cancer is one of the leading causes of death as far as diseases is concerned, but I'm a living testimony that it can't stop me. It can't stop me. It can't stop you only if you let it. It's a mental thing at the end of the day. And if you allow it to overcome and take you over, it will.
Did you ever think you'd make it to this moment?
I never thought I'd make it to this moment. I actually thought I was going to die in that hospital when I was having surgery. But God blessed me, and He gave me a story to inspire the world, and I'm just doing His will for me.
And how do you think you are inspiring others?
I think I'm doing it in an amazing, positive way. I feel like I'm following in the footsteps of all my role models, Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, all those guys who stood for something outside of the ring, not just being a great fighter. Nowadays, we don't have too many role models, and I feel like I can, be that guy to take over and to be a positive message to the people all over the world. Thank you.
Danny, other side over here.
Hey.
You made it look so easy in there. Can you be emotional even though you made it look so easy in there?
Oh man,
emotional.
I'm still emotional. It hasn't hit me yet, but at the end of the day, we trained so hard for this fight. We had the smartest, hardest camp that we had thus far. I've had time to really sit down and think about and train accordingly to make sure that I do all the things right that we didn't do in my first title defense. And I feel like I've done a good job. I worked my jab more, up and down, got my combinations, punches and bunches, and then that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to be prepared for a full 12 rounds, even if it wasn't going to go the whole 12 rounds.
You had him almost out in the first round. You kind of maybe let him off the hook a little bit. Second, third. What happened in those middle rounds before?
I thought he was holding something back, believe it or not. I thought he was a little bit more seasoned than that. I gave him a little bit more credit than I should have. I should have just kept up my game plan. But as a smart fighter, you want to pace yourself, and that's a craft in itself. So I wanted to pace myself a little bit more, not load up on punches, even though it was kind of hard to, because once I had him hurt, I wanted to get him out of there. But I think it's just all practice makes perfect. Hopefully we can get better and better at pacing ourselves and getting guys out of there when we see the hurt.
You did not hurt your hand at all after the first round?
No, I didn't. No, not at all.
Hand okay.
But I think we were just trying to switch, get a feel, just trick him out. I didn't want him to get used to certain combinations and punches that I was throwing, so I was trying to put my punches in different places and put my stance in an awkward position.
What was the first thought that went through your mind when you realized you're the champion?
Pardon me?
What was the first thought that went through your mind when you realized dream accomplished?
Wow, God is so good. I questioned God initially when I was going through this whole system, this whole battle. Why me? Why me? And my girlfriend here, she said, don't ask God why me, say why not me? And now I see why. And when they raised my hand in victory, it all came to my understanding.
Did you know after that first round that you had him, or did you think it could go longer?
I thought it could go longer. I knew he probably thought I was going to come out and bombard him, so he kind of prepared for that. And even though he did get hurt, I knew he wanted to kind of weather the storm more. And then once he kind of loaded up a little bit, I think it was the third or fourth round, he caught me with a good shot, and that kind of woke me up and got my attention. So I wanted to put the pressure on a little bit more.
How big was it in front of the home crowd to take him out? Not go to a decision, but actually get that knockout?
It meant everything. We don't look for the knockouts, but to have a knockout and to do it for these Brooklyn fans, these Brooklyn fans are tough. They want to see knockouts all the time. So I'm glad I gave them what they wanted to see today.
In the ring, you called out Peter Quillen.
Yeah.
That's a fight you want to do here in Brooklyn. That is a major fight.
That is. I called my buddy out. I told him that I seen him the other day, and he said, if you win this victory, and we'll talk business. So hopefully we can discuss something at the table.
And you also become now a mandatory for Golovkin, obviously.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you guys can apply pressure and make that fight somehow happen despite the network and promotional team battles? Can that happen?
Well, that's a battle that's out of my control. I would love to fight every champion out there in the world, but if I'm with a promotion and he's with another promotion and they can't come to terms to make a fight like that happen, then that's out of my control. I would love to fight any and everybody in the middleweight division.
Obviously, coming from the same gym, Curtis Stevens already has faced Golovkin.
Yeah.
What can you take from that fight, and what can you improve on?
Well, me and Curtis are two totally different fighters. He's more of an aggressive slugger like Mike Tyson. I'm more of a boxer puncher, so my style is a bit different. And I also switch at times too, so I can be a bit tricky in there at times. So I think I'll apply a little bit different skill than Curtis had to apply.
Thank you.
Danny, congratulations.
Thank you.